Okay, so in this video, I want to go over power distribution. I am assembling a power distribution motor controller thing with a bunch of different stuff, and I was testing it using a battery from a cordless drill. Now, the way I was testing it was using a breadboard and literally just plugging the wires into the breadboard and then connecting the wires to the clips in the battery. So of course at some point the wires get too close to each other and they start shorting and the battery shorts and everyone just has a bad time, including my fingers. So I started thinking, all right, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to mount it? How am I going to make it easier to use? And I started thinking about taking apart a drill, using that. But then, of course, someone had already beat me to it. And I look on eBay, and they have a literal battery clip mount thing that you just slot the battery into. You have some pigtails, and Bob's your uncle. You mount it on wherever you want, and it's good to go. So this came in the mail, and I started looking at it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty awesome. It even has a power switch on it. Has a 30 amp fuse. And so I take the back off, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good. Negative, positive, and you can see the positive is like shoved into the ground, and not just the negative side, but like the battery side of the switch. If you move this, you can see that if you short that, it's literally just going to dead short the battery. And if you look on here, you can see that it's actually starting to kind of push into the sheathing. And the other thing is that the pigtail leads on here are great. I don't know if you can actually see it on camera, but they're 12 gauge, 200 volt C, 200 degrees C, 300 volt copper wire. Some nice copper wire there. But then this, whatever this is not the same wire. And there's some writing on it, but it's super small and it looks like it's worn off over time. So I can't tell what it is. And to be honest, I don't even really care because I'm going to take this lead off anyway and replace the wire and redo all of this. So I thought that was really interesting. I'm going to make another video once I fix this because I really want to use this. I love that there's a switch on here. I love that there's a 30 amp. There's actually a fuse on here. I'm probably going to do something like mount this on the side here and then run the leads in and then probably put the power block up here. This is probably not going to work. We'll see. But I thought that was really interesting to show just because this is supposed to go on a Power Wheels. It's supposed to, the ideal replacement is to put it on a Power Wheels for your kid's car, and then this is supposed to replace the built-in battery, so you can just use your standard batteries off of your cordless drills and cordless tools and whatnot. And it's a great idea, except, you know, if you're pulling 30 amps across here, I don't know if that wouldn't short. And if that does short, you're literally just dead shorting the battery. And you're of course, completely missing all the power management and everything in here because you're just doing positive and negative. So you're literally just dead shorting this battery. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Don't really know if I want to see that around anyone, but yeah. Anyways, thought that was interesting. Next video, I'm going to have this all corrected, and I want to go over that. Check, make sure the fuse is actually working. Want to see if there's any continuity or anything. And yeah, all right.